Welcome to this Toolbox talk on COVID-19 awareness. This talk is designed to advise you of what you need to do to minimize the risk of COVID-19, remind you of how to correctly wash your hands, provide some guidance on traveling to and from work, tell you about the symptoms of COVID-19, tell you what to do if you are ill, test your understanding of this topic. To prevent the spread of the virus, make sure you cover your mouth with a tissue or your sleeve, not with your hands when you cough or sneeze. Use tissues in the bin straight away. Try to avoid contact with people who are unwell. Wash your hands with soap and water often. Use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer gel if soap and water are not available.
Keeping your hands clean is the most important way to avoid illness and spreading germs to food and to other people you work with. A variety of diseases are spread by not correctly washing hands with soap and clean water. Do you follow the 6 steps of effective hand washing? Step 1. Wet your hands thoroughly under warm running water and squirt liquid soap onto your palm. Always use antibacterial soap. Step 2. Rub your hands together palm to palm to make a lather. Step 3. Rub the palm of one hand along the back of the other and along the fingers. Repeat with the other hand. Step 4. Put your palms together with fingers interlocked and rub in between each of the fingers thoroughly. Step 5. Rub around your thumbs on each hand and then rub the fingertips of each hand against your palms. Step 6. Rinse off the soap with clean water and dry your hands thoroughly on a disposable towel. Turn off the tap with the towel and then throw the towel away. Never use shared towels.
Getting to work. Wherever possible, travel to site alone using your own transport, for example, a car or bike. Avoid public transport where possible. If you can't avoid it, cover your face when traveling and select the least busy. Always maintain social distancing with a 2-meter safe working distance. At work, wash your hands when you arrive on site, regularly throughout the day, especially if you sneeze or cough, and before eating or handling food, and again when you leave site. Always keep at least 2 meters away from other workers. This includes while you are working and during breaks and meal times. Staggered breaks will help you achieve this. Stay on site for your breaks. Do not use local shops. Bring your own meals and refillable drinking bottles. Do not share items, for example, cups. Only hold meetings that are absolutely necessary. Ideally, these should take place outdoors with the minimum number of people, and those who should be kept to at least 2 meters apart. Working closely with others. Close work should be avoided at all times. Non-essential physical work that requires close contact between workers should not be carried out. Work requiring skin-to-skin contact should not be carried out. All other work should be planned to minimize contact between workers. Reusable PPE should be thoroughly cleaned after use and not shared between workers. Single-use PPE should be disposed of so that it cannot be reused. Stairs should be used in preference to lifts or hoists. The usual symptoms of COVID-19 include a high temperature. This means you feel hot to touch on your chest or back. You do not need to measure this temperature. A new continuous cough means coughing a lot more than an hour or 3 or more coughing episodes in 24 hours. If you usually have a cough, it may be worse than usual. If you think you have symptoms, report this to your supervisor. Avoid touching anything. Cough or sneeze into a tissue and put it in the bin, or if you do not have tissues, cough or sneeze into the crook of your elbow. Return home immediately, avoiding public transport if possible. You must then follow the guidance on self-isolation and not return to work until your period of self-isolation has been completed. Advice, if you have symptoms, should be received from 111 services from the NHS. The 111 online coronavirus service will ask you about your symptoms and tell you what to do. Only call 111 if you cannot get help online. If you have any one of the following criteria, do not come to site. A high temperature or new persistent cough, are a vulnerable person by virtue of age, underlying health conditions, clinical condition or pregnancy, living with someone in self-isolation or with a vulnerable